2. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We're going to cover endocranial therapy, some of the hands-on work that I do, working directly with the skull. So in some of the other webinars, we covered the software. Today is going to be about the hardware because you need both of these two pieces together. Hello.
Hello.
That's
Okay.
Nicole, by the way.
Hi,
So,
Nicole. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
You're
Thank you
like,
for
you're
having
like,
us.
what did my husband talk me into?
It's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard. So,
Excellent. Okay, so you may know a little bit about me, maybe you don't. I've had a pretty interesting and intense healing journey, which includes um, overcoming bipolar disorder, traumatic brain injury to my frontal lobe on the front of my head, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. I've been locked up in psych wards probably eight to 10 times in my 20s. I've been homeless. I've lived in poverty at various times. So I've experienced it all. And so through that whole process, I had to kind of learn how to help myself because I found that the Western doctors in particular were not able to help me at all. If anything, they actually made me much worse. And so I know that there are a lot of people out there that are struggling with stuff, and they're going to doctors and specialists and psychotherapists
yeah.
and spending tens of thousands of dollars, and they're not getting any results. And so there is a huge need for people that have different ways of seeing problems. And yeah, this is something that's helped me. I know for a fact it works. And I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to sell you anything. I just want to present an alternative modality that may help you or a loved one. And if it resonates with you, we can speak on a more individual level and see if I can be of assistance on any level. For anyone that's here today or anyone that's going to be watching the recording, if you haven't received my PDF packet, if you in the chat, if you send me your email address, I will reach out to you with a PDF packet after the meeting in the next couple days. And that actually has my brain scans because I documented the process of my brain actually regrowing. And so this might sound very woo-woo and esoteric, but there is actually scientific backing with it. And you can actually see my brain regrew. So that's something that I'm very happy that I documented because some people want more concrete evidence that something like this can help. Okay, perfect. I got it. I'll make sure I write those down. Let's see. So I know Felix briefly shared what I think the primary reason that you're here today. With Nicole? Was it Nicole?
yeah.
Do you feel comfortable just sharing what maybe something that either you hope to get out of this or what you're looking for today? If not,
Uh,
then no worries at all.
I don't mind sharing. Me and my husband just we like this so-called woo-woo stuff that you say. I've also experienced what you said. Western medicine is just a load of crap, in my opinion, and
Yes.
we've gone through several health issues as well, and like I have PCOS and all that stuff. So me and my husband have tried different things because we've realized that, you know, people lie to you, governments lie to you, culture lies to you. And so, like you said, it's up to you to find out what works for you best.
Yes.
So I hope to, yeah, just help myself and my husband in our journeys to get closer to who we feel we really are meant to be. And we know that these are the ways to do that through finding like a way out of parasites, all of that different stuff. Like
Yes.
we're very interested in all of those things because we want to know like what is our most optimal self? Like who are we actually,
Correct.
So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for being here. Yeah, there's no ceiling on who you can become and your capabilities as far as how much money you can make, the quality of your relationships, your IQ even. I mean, I have found that by opening up the skull, you can increase your IQ by 15, 20 points.
That's insane.
It
And
is.
sorry to interrupt. What you're saying makes a lot of sense in the context of, so I delve a lot in exercise,
Mhm.
and there is particular disciplines that help you decompress the body. There's one in particular that's called functional patterns, and they are without God, if you will. It's all biomechanics. And in that context, you find that the skull gets compressed, right? And their aim is to decompress it by having you moving according to your blueprint, which we all
Mm.
have, right? They don't include anything about the universe or God. They're like very, just remove anything metaphysical, right? But it works. People get better. They heal off of things like even PTSD because they're unwinding their bodies and their nervous system is just, moving in a way that makes sense. That said, we're still left up inside. It's what I realized. Like it can only get you so far if you address just the body on its own, but there's a lot of context of what you're saying, of how it
Mhm.
will help you, and how being traumatized breaks your compass. And yeah, to me, it makes sense. Even though it's metaphysical, I see still it's all intertwined. You're only as strong as your spirit inside is. So this is just a shell. Anyways, I'm happy my wife. I mean, I didn't know how she felt about it, but I'm glad to hear. And even if she was to feel like, the opposite, I know that there's always benefit on this, but I'm so happy, you see it. This is great. I believe
Excellent.
it. You truly can overcome anything. It's how much are you willing to like let the help actually get to you. Anyways, I don't want to interrupt you anymore.
No, no,
But
not at
yeah,
all.
mine is a mental block with money, but it may
Mm,
not be that. Just here for whatever you say, like, hey, walk me through it now. I'll learn.
okay. Yeah. So
I'll
like
learn.
today is going to be more on the like the physical hardware, but there will be other webinars on clearing more of the emotional and energy stuff. So I
Yeah.
encourage I encourage everyone, if you're not subscribed to my email newsletter, if you go on my website and you put in your email address, you'll get notified every time I do a live webinar.
Thank you.
Dan, do you feel comfortable just saying hello? You don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hello. I am
Hello.
not in a position to
Hi.
on my camera right now, but yeah,
Oh, no, no,
it's
that's
5 in the
okay.
morning. I'm happy to be here, man. Just wanted to learn.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And then I don't know, are you there, Anna?
Yes, I am
Yeah.
here.
How are you?
Uh, I am good, and I'm really happy that I can be in this webinar. And yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thank
What
you for being here.
could we say something about ourselves? Or I don't know.
Yeah, you can. Why don't you tell us well, I know you've already come to some of them, but what about this one? Why do you want to be here? Or what do you want to get out of it?
I'm really interested into alternative healing methods and something which seems extraordinary, and this seems extraordinary for me. I mean, like I never heard about this before, only when I saw your page, and I'm really excited. And I would like to do it as well. And um, yeah, I think I really need it. So yeah, I would like to know more about this.
Excellent. Thank you for being here, Anna.
Thank you.
All right. I think before I get into the actual stuff, if you guys want to just do a couple breathing exercises with me, kind of just to ground ourselves so our brain is more receptive. I don't know if you guys have heard of box breathing, but we'll do an inhale for the count of 4 through the nose, and then when we're at the top, we'll hold it for 4, and then we'll exhale for 4, and we'll hold our lungs empty for 4, and then we'll repeat that cycle. If that sounds good with everyone, so we'll do an inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. Empty for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 4. Hold it at the top for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Empty for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll slow it down on the last one and really focus on it. So inhale for 4, 3, 4. Hold it at the top for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it empty for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do a little bit of like quick tapping and beating on our lymphatic system just to kind of activate everything on the neck, on the head, on your chest. You have a lot of lymph glands in your armpits. When you clap, you activate all the meridians on your hands.
Touching all the fingers.
All right. Everyone feeling a little bit more activated? Cool.
Yes.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about endocranial therapy, which is a form of cranial sinus ballooning, which essentially is a tiny deflated balloon actually enters into the sinuses into one of 3 cavities based off the shape of a person's skull. And the inflation of that balloon is targeting different angles of the sphenoid bone. And the sphenoid bone is this violet blue shaped bone right here. I think everybody can see that pretty good. That bone is very, very important because it is literally referred to as the keystone of the skull. And so if this bone is out of alignment, all of the other bones are out of alignment because this is our true north. So if this is out, nothing else can really be in place, including your neck and your upper cervical. So all the upper cervical specialists who say they're fixing your atlas and axis, they're not really permanently fixing it because they have lifelong clients who have to continuously come back to them. If we move the sphenoid bone effectively, that is a permanent movement and your body will adjust and align itself in accordance with this sphenoid bone right here. So that's kind of the structural and the mechanical of it. It's also working on a hormonal level because I don't know if you can see, there's a little saddle right here on the sphenoid bone. You see that little seat almost?
Yeah.
Your pituitary gland sits right on that little saddle. And so if this bone is out of alignment, your pituitary gland and the nerves to the pituitary gland are being pinched. And so if you have any type of hormonal problems, including issues with your testosterone, issues with your female hormones and cycles and stuff, it is most likely originating from your pituitary gland. I've had women that had not had their periods and their cycles for years, and after doing this process, their periods actually returned. I've had men with erectile dysfunction after going through this process. Their girlfriend is like, "Honey, I think you should go back and see that healer guy because you're a different man." So it's really interesting because you don't think that something up in your head could affect something down there, but it can, and so it really is all connected. On another level, we have all of the lymph fluid in our head is now being referred to as your glymph with a G. And so this is all that fluid in here that's kind of wrapped around your brain, and it protects your brain from bouncing around. If these bones, particularly the occiput, if this is locked up, that fluid cannot drain down the body out of the head. It gets trapped up in the head. And so your brain is it's a supercomputer, and it also produces a lot of metabolic waste. So when your cells are producing energy, they also produce, waste byproducts. Those waste byproducts need to exit your body through your urine and your poop through the kidneys. If you don't have that proper drainage, all of that waste is just sitting inside of your skull. And that's when you begin to get problems like dementia, Alzheimer's. If a person's not older, that's when schizophrenia can start showing up, because all of that metabolic waste now is attracting parasites, infections, viruses, because, bacteria is normal and healthy. Bacteria comes into the body to eat dead cells and dead tissues. And so if that glymphatic is not draining out of the head, you now are forcing the body to bring bacteria and viruses to clean up the mess. And that's how you get schizophrenia, narcissism, bipolar, hallucinations, because it's a dirty garbage heap up in the brain. So it's a very important thing. So that's a little bit of the mechanical, the hormonal, a little bit of the mental aspects, which are all very important things for a practical level. But I guess I also want to touch a little bit on like the spiritual and esoteric stuff, because once we get our bodies aligned and healthy here in this physical dimension, we still have a calling and a craving for something higher, right? To be able to connect with God or something. Can you not do that, please? I apologize. So within the skull, in the very, very dead center, we have the pineal gland, dead center, and it's in the very middle of the brain for a reason. It's to be protected from any trauma on the outside. So if you look at the structure of the brain, all of the older, more animal parts are at the bottom. And then as we evolved as a species, the top parts of the brain are the more evolved, newer parts of the brain. But the dead center is, on an evolutionary level, it's the center because it's the most protected. And it's the reason the pineal gland is the most protected is because that's literally what houses your consciousness. So your soul actually comes into your body and inhabits the pineal gland. And they have been talking about that in Eastern religions and philosophies for tens of thousands of years. It's not something I am making up, or I didn't come up with that. That's been around since the beginning of time. And so if that pineal gland is either damaged from physical trauma to the head, it can be damaged from toxins like fluoride that is in our water, put in the water by the governments. If you're using toxic chemicals on your face or your skin, that's all going to work towards calcifying the pineal gland and will ultimately cut you off from God or the universe or whatever you want to call it. And so the work that I do, by opening up the skull, it allows all those toxins to drain out of the head. It allows the skull to decompress itself off of the brain, and just allow everything to function the way that it was designed to function. And there's a strong interplay between the hardware, like the physical stuff, and then like Felix saw the other webinar, we did a little bit more focus on the software. And so you really need these two components side by side, because we are supercomputers, and you could have a really good hardware, a really good processor in your computer. But if you're running software from the 1990s, you're never going to be able to access the full power of that machine. Um, and also, on the flip side of that is you could have a really good software, but if you just threw your computer out of a 8-story building, the hardware is not going to work very well. And so it's really important that we work with both of these things, because they're both essential. And I'll just say one more thing, and then we'll open it up for some questions and stuff. But if someone goes to their psychiatrist for depression, that psychiatrist isn't addressing software or hardware. They're just like, take a chemical. They don't even ask you if you've been hit in the head. They don't ask you if you had an abusive childhood. They don't really have any understanding of how the brain actually works. And it's sad because they're putting people on medications that are very, very dangerous drugs. And I have been on schizophrenia medications for several years, and I will tell you, it's not a very fun experience with all the side effects, the weight gain, the sexual issues, and at the end of the day, it doesn't even really work to treat the symptoms. So it's a lose-lose for everybody. Yeah. All right. I will stop talking for a little bit. I'm not much of a talker. I'm more of an introvert. So I'll let you guys. Does anyone have any questions about what we just kind of talked about?
How much it costs?
How much does it cost? My favorite part. So right now I found that the best way to work with someone is to do three consecutive days. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the cost that I'm asking for that, and at least I just want to make it clear at this point, because I'm still pretty early in, I want to work with people to help them. I do need to make money, but if someone wants to work with me, I am willing to be flexible with them as far as finances goes. But right now I'm asking for $15.55 for the 3 sessions. And each session is about an hour and a half long. And I'm working on your entire body from head to toe. I don't use the word adjust because I'm not a chiropractor, but I do set all of the bones in place in your feet, in your hands, your back, your spine, your neck, the face, the nose, everything. So you are getting a lot of value. It's not something like going to the chiropractor for 15 minutes where they just go, all right, see ya. It's a very comprehensive, complex system that I've put together. And it also does include plant medicine as part of the session.
What plant medicine exactly? Yeah, you're allowed to say right now or not yet?
No, I can. I think it's becoming much more of an acceptable thing. But after I open up the sinuses, I do typically, or at least I offer the option, because no one ever has to do anything they don't want to do. But I do like to blow hape up the sinus cavities, which is a tobacco plant. And a lot of people use hape. I've never seen anyone use hape after balloons. So all of this is now open. And so it's like a straight shot up to the brain. And the hape is turning on all these cranial nerves in your brain. It's killing infections. It's removing excess mucus. It's just stimulating a lot of stuff. So it goes really well with the balloons. I don't really show that in my videos because I feel like that's kind of a proprietary method I've put together. I've never seen anyone do those two things together. But it does go really, really hand in hand. And another reason the hape is nice is because after the balloons, it's not uncommon for a person to be slightly disoriented because it's such a invasive thing. I mean, literally moving their face and their skull. And so some people get a little ungrounded. Some people have emotional releases and will be crying. And so before I send them on their way to, drive in a car or something, the hape kind of brings them back and centers them a little bit.
What
So
is the
once
name?
What's that?
What is the name of your rapé?
Oh, the name of my hape? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Like where did I get it?
No, there are different types.
Oh, the different kinds. I have multiple kinds. They're actually blends that I put together and mixed with other herbs, but they're all hape based. So if someone is maybe a little bit too high, I would give them something to bring them down. If someone is a little too low, I'll give them something to bring them up. So it's a completely customized, unique experience to you. It's not like a standard protocol that one size fits all. It's very, very unique, and it is an art form because every person is different, and it really, to do it effectively, it requires you to um be open to working with whatever the person in front of you is dealing with, is what I have found.
What were you gonna ask, Cliff?
So once we were to do the 3 sessions, is this something that would have to be done every like 6 months, year? Like, does it just depend on the person?
It depends on the
Especially,
person.
especially the parasites part. We were about to purchase a protocol of someone, the detox dudes, I believe.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you're
I've
okay,
been
and but you
in his classes before. I don't
okay.
I don't, I'll just tell you right off the bat, I
Please,
personally don't like him, so I'm biased against him, but that doesn't mean that
please
his
share.
products are not good.
No, I like to hear what you have to say as well, because I know that in your protocol you included, and for some reason, coincidentally, right, at the same time that I discovered that, I learned about parasites and it all starts to make sense in conjunction. And then I find your page, and now you also talk about parasites. And I guess that's also the question she probably has, that, is there like a maintenance thing, or like, because we're still living in this world, right, where you're going to encounter these things. So it's like how and what is required after, you know.
So this
Thank you
is
for saying
what's that?
thank you for sharing your opinion about the detox dudes, because I mean, doing this with you, it would make sense. Like, it wouldn't make sense to buy 2 3 different things. We just wanted to make sure that it all made sense. And yeah, also not, just go through it blindly and follow chapters, because I'm afraid of Herxheimer reactions. I've had them myself
Oh
when
yeah.
I've tried things in the past. So I'm like, you have to be able to, like you said, help them come down or come up if they need to. You have your own algorithm. So anyways, go ahead.
I think I really do believe that I've put together the most comprehensive system because I work hands-on. I work with the emotions and energy. I work with detox. I can help people set up their home so it's protected from EMF. I mean, I can do everything. So I'm not saying I'm the best, but I don't know anyone that knows how to do everything together.
That's what I've
Um,
noticed as well. Yeah.
and
We've yeah.
you get a lot of value because let's say you come in for a hands-on session, we're talking that whole hour. So if you have questions about other things, I might just be working on your physical body, but you're also learning, okay, maybe I need to take the Wi-Fi out of my home and I need to use I need to hardwire it, or um, even though we're doing the physical session, you're like, what's the best thing I can take for parasites? And I'm talking to you and telling you what to do while you're on the table. So, um, obviously I'm biased, of, of
Yeah.
course, but like
Obviously.
I do think I'm the best because I don't know anyone that has been through all of the stuff that I've been and lives to talk about it. So I don't know anybody that's been to the psych ward and put on schizophrenia medication
Yeah.
and is now running a business helping other people with it. I know Josh Mason from the detox dudes. I've taken one of his courses. I got kicked out of his course because I think he viewed me as a competitor. And he didn't really seem interested in helping me or learning from me. And so I don't like him, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have something to offer, because he does. And I have learned from him. He doesn't do the hands-on work, and I don't think he does like any emotional or energy type stuff. I think he's
one piece of the puzzle.
I think he, yeah, I
It's like
think
one piece of the puzzle.
he knows a lot about detoxification, and that's his specialty. But I do a little bit of everything. So, it just depends. I have found that if you get too focused on one area of your health, like you're like if you get it into your head that, oh, I just need to detox my body, you will get some results, but like chances are there's a lot more to the story than just that one piece. And if you just limit your vision to this very narrow thing, you're missing out on all the other
Big
clues
picture.
that may be going on in a person's life. And for you, I mean, you guys seem reasonably healthy, but for someone who might be suicidal or is getting put into psych wards, it's going to be a much more complex case to try to figure that out.
I have one question for you.
Hmm?
So watching the other webinar, I noticed that you were offering kind of like access to an online, like modules with classes. Can you share with me what the difference is between that and going hands-on with you? I'm just trying to make sense of what I watched on the other webinar that you were talking about, like,
Sure.
the in this, because yeah, that was the part that I was a little bit confused about. Like, what's best? We're just in Utah, so we're not that far away, but we also don't travel often
Mhm.
to California, so we're still coordinating things.
No, and
But
I
yeah,
apologize, because I realize that it probably is a little bit confusing about like what it is that I offer, and that's one of the problems when you do a lot of different things. People will get confused as far as what is this versus that, and so I need to get a little bit more organized as far as how I present stuff. But the webinar that you watched, and I think Anna was in one of those too. That's more of an online program that is going to teach you how to get started on some stuff for yourself. So like, let's say you weren't able to come here physically, that class would offer you 3 different modalities that you could learn and you could start working on yourself. It's not going to do, the cranial movements that I do hands-on, but uh, it gets you started with the detox stuff. It gets you started with some biomagnetic emotional releases. So you would actually have specific magnets that you would place on particular meridians of your body, and then you would go through some of those emotional releases. And then the third one in that intensive is going over the fruitarian and lymphatic diet, which is from Dr. Robert Morse. So those are the three modalities in that. The hands-on work that I do in person is separate from that. If someone has the resources and the desire to do both of those together, that's obviously like the most comprehensive thing there is. Does that answer your question?
that's my question. I was definitely more leaning towards the physical hands-on. Uh, I have a very whatever it takes mindset in terms of like making it happen. Finances are the struggle, not gonna lie. I share that with you. But aside from that, there's nothing. Like I don't want to say like I'm sold on this because you didn't sell anyone. You just educated and watching what you were doing just told me like, okay, this is a person. Like that's here is the quest. So I'm happy you answered that. I really appreciate it. And
Of course.
yeah, I don't think it would make sense for us to like, yeah, spend money on Josh Mason and just let's see if we can pull our resources together. And because yeah, might as well. I'd rather have a guide. I've always learned that when you have a guide, someone that you can talk to, it's just that has walked the walk, right? That has always paid off in dividends in our lives. So
Well, and I would like to have some free webinars for working with people on their finances, because a lot of that is just energy. And so like, if
I
we
believe
can clear some of the financial stuff online, I remember when I started clearing some of my financial stuff, a week after I started doing it, I got a check in the mail for $1,000, like just completely unexpected out of nowhere. And, stuff like that wouldn't happen to me. And so it sounds really corny and woo woo, but like it's all energy.
so.
And if you're open to if you're open to a certain energy, it will come to you.
No, we believe it. I know it to be true. I mean, it's just, yeah, things happen. You get blocked at times, but I appreciate you saying that and doing that, because it's God's my witness. Have I had that money? I just be like, hey, take it. I don't even want it. I've handed, my wife is a witness here. I've handed checks and I just been like, I don't want it, because I know some bullshit's gonna come up and it's gonna prevent me from pursuing this next step, in the ladder of progression, So yeah, man, thank you. No, appreciate that.
Of course, of course.
I think
And
Anna wants to say something.
I'll just say something real quick, but like our main determining factor in how much money that we can make in life is this. And so
True.
if this is broken, it's very difficult to make money. If this is working at full capacity, it becomes a lot easier to start thinking in creative ways to make money outside the box. It becomes a lot easier to see opportunities that you wouldn't see
Yes.
otherwise. I'll just briefly share about a young man that I worked on like maybe 2 months ago now. He was stuck in a family business doing real estate flips for a cousin, I believe, and the cousin was completely taking advantage of him. I think he was only paying him a 10% split, which is very low for someone who's doing all the legwork. And I got a call from him 3 weeks after he did the series of three, and he had quit his job and got a new job, and he was making 40% commissions. And he also broke up with his girlfriend that he wasn't happy with, and he found a new roommate. And so that was just after doing three of these. Like his whole life changed. And so now he's making more money, and he's in a different relationship scenario, and his living environment has changed because he got rid of a toxic roommate. And it was all because his brain is now looking at life through a different pair of glasses. And so it might seem like a lot of money, but honestly, this is your most valuable asset you will ever own.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. At least in the physical.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do it, because every time we put in money into anything that betters us, even if it's like 0.5%, it adds up, man. It adds up, and to anyone that's here, it always adds up, even if it's just 1% better. But it's in the dome, Everyone's buying Gucci, everyone's buying Louis Vuitton, and like buying things that don't change you, don't make you slightly better.
Oh yeah.
You're just buying a shortcut to status, right? So seeing that, I'm like, no, I wanna pour myself into bettering, my dome. And my wife is on the same boat. So it's like finally I have a partner that gets it, and it's like we're in. We're struggling, but we're in. We're doing better than we were just a year ago. So yeah, I think that everyone that's here is on the path. That's what I noticed with the other Zoom meeting. I'm like, everyone that's there is because they are seeking healing. And that's what you offer. you know,
I try
you're a person yeah. And you
All
have to
right.
charge, like you have to. And I'm glad that you do. And let me just put it this way. I'm glad that you exist and that you close your messages with much love. One can tell you're doing this because it helped you. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I think just one more thing on the money. I think it's important that I show people it's possible for you to go from poverty to making a lot of money. Because if I just like lowered myself down to people who have no money, I'm not really showing you guys it's actually possible to break out of that. Like I would rather pull you up to me than you pull me down to you, because I can help you up here, but I can't really help you down here.
So true.
So true.
Thank you.
Love
All
that.
right, Anna, did you have a question, Anna? Or maybe you didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the last time you did this guided meditation for, I think it was two people, about the healing
Oh yeah.
financial blocks, and at that moment I realized about what I have this financial block about valuing my work, like the worth of my work. And so while you were making that process, I was as well telling my affirmations to myself, or how to say. So thank you.
Of course. Do you guys want to do a quick like 10-minute clearing on finances?
Please.
Yeah.
That'd
Yes.
be interesting.
Who so we'll choose one person to volunteer, but I find that, you know, when we're in a group setting, we're clearing for that individual, but it's also kind of the collective energy for
Yeah.
everybody. And so if you follow along, you also are clearing stuff in yourself. So and money is something that, you know, most people have blocks on. So I think that's a good place to start. Anna, do you want to do it on you? Do you use the demo?
I don't know when can I dive deep at this moment, but yeah, we can try,
Well,
or maybe the others one as well. I don't.
well, I help. I kind of tap into your energy, and I help you find it.
Okay,
You don't have to if you're not comfortable with it.
I would like to. Yeah.
Okay. And just so you know, I am recording this, and I will be sending it out to people who registered but missed it. Are you okay with your face being on here?
Okay.
You do feel comfortable with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will try.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So we'll just take a couple breaths and just kind of recenter ourselves here.
The standing, sitting matter. Sorry, do all the.
What
I
whatever
know
you're
some people in there. Okay.
whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you're more relaxed, that's the best. We'll just do 3 big breaths. All right, so this will be a demo of the biomagnetic compassion. We're just doing it without the magnets placed on our body. It's still going to work. It just won't be as expedient or you know, quite as deep, but it will get progress. So Anna, when you think about being financially blocked, what comes up?
Mm, um, First of all, like a pity to put the. I mean, it's like I'm focused on the other person, and then this person that I feel pity to take from this person to put the price.
So maybe like overly empathetic.
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay. Let's see. When's the last time you can think of sacrificing yourself or what you wanted because you cared more about someone else?
The last time or now? I mean, like the last time or the first time?
Either work.
I just remember my childhood that I felt really a lot of pity to take from my mother.
Okay.
And even the first years in school, I felt really sad to take money to go to school to eat, because I was like, no, I wish that she would have it, that I'm having it to eat. Yeah.
Okay. That's tough but helpful to understand what's going on. All right. So we're gonna cross our arms, and
Me
then
too.
everyone that would like to follow along, and then we're gonna cross our ankles. And the reason for that is when we cross our limbs, we're actually integrating our left and right hemispheres. So our left and right brain are going together.
I don't
All
know
right.
how can I use my phone. Maybe you will not see me at that moment. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
And so I encourage everyone in the webinar to follow along with Anna, because it's going to affect you. All right. So close your eyes, Anna. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that?
Eyes closed for everyone, or just Anna?
Yeah, it just helps you be in tune with the sensation that's happening.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted because I just see that the ceiling is from asbestos.
Oh,
In Latin America, I feel like people just want Latin Americans to die, because even this gymnastics is from asbestos. I mean, like the ceiling, like this.
I'm from Ecuador. I agree with you.
Yeah, there's
I
so
mean,
many things that are crazy.
we have a
Okay.
lot of it still here in the States too.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
mean, like,
it's not everywhere, but you see it quite often in older homes.
Yeah.
yes, I'm
All
sorry.
right, Anna.
Ready.
Okay. So arms crossed, ankles crossed. All right, and then just follow along with the statements. I'm so sorry there's not enough for you to take any.
I'm so sorry that there's not enough to take any. Should I repeat?
Yeah, you got it. You're perfect. I'm so sorry your parents don't have anything to give you.
I'm so sorry that your parents don't have anything to give you.
I'm so sorry your parents are so sad they have nothing to offer you.
I'm so sorry that your parents are so sad that they don't have anything to offer you.
I'm so sorry your parents brought you into poverty.
I'm so sorry your parents brought you into poverty.
I'm so sorry your family tree is stuck in generational poverty.
I'm so sorry your family tree is stuck into generational poverty.
I'm so sorry you're stuck in poverty.
So sorry you're stuck in poverty.
I'm so sorry there's nothing you can do to get out of the cycle of poverty.
I'm so sorry there's nothing to do.
I'm so sorry there's nothing you can do to get out of the cycle of poverty.
I'm so sorry there's nothing you can do to get out of the cycle of poverty.
I'm so sorry you give everything you have to others.
I'm so sorry you gave everything you have to others.
I'm so sorry there's nothing left for yourself.
So sorry, there's nothing left for yourself.
I'm so sorry when you're empathetic, others take advantage.
I'm so sorry
When you're
that you.
empathetic, others take advantage.
So sorry when you're empathetic, others take advantage.
I'm so sorry there's not enough for everyone.
So sorry, there's not enough for everyone.
I'm so sorry when you have enough, someone else doesn't have enough.
I'm so sorry when you have enough, someone else doesn't have enough.
I'm so sorry you feel badly for others, even when you have enough.
I'm so sorry you feel badly for others, even when you have enough.
I'm so sorry, even when you're taken care of, you're still surrounded by suffering.
So sorry that even when you're taken care of, you're still
Surrounded by suffering.
surrounded by suffering.
I'm so sorry that there will always be poor people.
So sorry that there will always be poor people.
I'm so sorry we cannot cure poverty.
I'm so sorry we could not cure poverty.
Let's take a breath there and see how it feels. Do those statements feel like they're on the right track for you, Anna?
Yeah. Yeah. Because today, if you surfers give me a ride to other city where I wanted to go, and they offered me to buy a water, and I didn't want to say yes because I was like, oh, they have to pay to buy me water. But then I was like, yeah, but then I felt like, no, universe is giving me this. So yes, I can. And somehow it was cool, but yeah.
So maybe you feel uncomfortable with like receiving things.
Yeah. Even
Okay.
though life gives me, I really feel that life loves me, but yeah.
Okay, we'll go down that track. So arms crossed.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you're guilty for receiving gifts.
I'm so sorry. You're guilty for receiving gifts. Feel guilty.
I'm so sorry you're ashamed of receiving from others.
I'm so sorry you're ashamed of receiving from others.
I'm so sorry you feel that others pity you when they give to you.
I'm so sorry that others pay you when they gift you.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Yes, thank you. Gracias.
Let's see. I'm so sorry it's uncomfortable to receive.
I'm so sorry it's uncomfortable to receive.
I'm so sorry you're suspicious and cautious of those that want to give to you.
I'm so sorry you're suspicious and cautious to those who want to give to you.
I'm so sorry you can't trust that others have good intentions for you.
I'm so sorry that you can trust that others have good intentions for you.
I'm so sorry that everybody has an agenda.
So sorry that everybody has an agenda.
I'm so sorry everybody wants something from you.
So sorry everybody wants something from you.
I'm so sorry that others give with the expectation of something.
So sorry that others give with the expectation of something.
All right, we're because you mentioned something about valuing your work, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Yes. Valuing my work. I don't feel like people are searching for receive to I feel like they are giving from heart. I don't feel like they search for some exchange, but I feel like I have to give something in exchange, and yeah, sometimes I think, what if this person is giving me because he likes me as a woman, but I cannot give him back this, but he knows that I like him only like a friend. And then I don't cannot accept because I feel like I can use it's like using, but this person saying I no, you're just wonderful person and I don't need anything from you. But in that way, I feel like uncomfortable. And when people like I learned a lot of like massages, manicure, some other intuitive therapies, and I can do a lot of things, but always it's hard for me to put price because yeah, I kind of think about that it's hard for me to ask the money.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. All right.
yeah, I kind of tune to them. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry. I don't like asking for my worth.
I'm so sorry. I don't like asking for my worth.
I'm so sorry. I don't like talking about money.
So sorry. I don't like talking about money.
I'm so sorry. Money makes me uncomfortable. Or I'm sorry.
I'm so
Wait,
sorry.
let me repeat. The phrasing is wrong. I'm so sorry. You don't feel comfortable talking about money.
I'm so sorry. You don't feel comfortable talking about money.
I'm so sorry. You don't know your worth.
So sorry. You don't know your worth.
I'm so sorry. You feel like you have nothing to offer.
I'm so sorry you feel like you got nothing to offer.
I'm so sorry you're afraid of asking for money.
I'm so sad that you're afraid of asking for money.
I'm so sorry you're so worthless you have to work for free.
I'm so sorry you're so worthless that you have to work for free.
I'm so sorry your work doesn't deserve money.
That hit the point. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one.
I'm so sorry your work is so worthless that it doesn't deserve money.
I'm so sorry you're worthless.
I'm so sorry you're worthless.
I'm so sorry they told you you're worthless.
So sorry they told you you're worthless.
I'm so sorry you believed you're worthless.
So sorry you believe you're worthless.
I'm so sorry women's work is worthless.
So sorry women's work is worthless.
I'm so sorry women's work in general is worth less than men's.
I'm so sorry women's work in general is worth less than men's.
I'm so sorry you devalued yourself.
So sorry you devalued yourself.
I'm so sorry your parents devalued them. Or I'm sorry, wait, let me say that again. I'm so sorry your parents devalued you.
I'm so sorry your parents devalued you.
I'm so sorry your parents didn't see your worth.
So sorry your parents didn't see your worth.
All right, let's take a big breath here. How does that feel? Does it feel a little bit lighter? I know there's more layers there, but do you feel like those were on the right track?
Thank you. Yeah, the ones of feeling that my work is worthless. Yeah, I'm perfectionist in a way. Latin America is healing me. Yeah.
So I would recommend you take that theme and continue doing this on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel comfortable and confident doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for letting us do some work on
Thank you.
here. And thank you everyone else in the group for holding space and sharing space with Anna.
Thank you.
I do have to start wrapping up the webinar, but I also want to save a couple minutes if anyone has any questions or if anyone is interested in taking the next step and get the ball rolling.
Get the balloon in, you said?
You could say that too. I said to get the ball rolling. It's just an expression that we use here in the States. But you could say get the balloon rolling.
But get the balloon in, I thought.
I mean, that probably would be a better metaphor. Oh, wait. I can't hear you, Felix. I think you're muted.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
We were just discussing that we would like to do it. We just have to email, maybe contact you, just to discuss, the price, because ours is like we want to go with you and do this hands-on. Money's infinite, right? It materializes, but like you said, it really is. As she was, sharing. Thank you, by the way, for sharing your life experiences with us just through your emotions. A lot of things that you share hit home for me, and I'm sure they did for my wife as well. But
you're talking to Andrew, right?
yeah, I'm
Anna.
talking to Anna. Some of the things that you shared, like I was just like feeling them as well. But we want to work with you. We'll just email you to see like we want to be super fair to you, because we never found it that in asking discounts and pushing the other person to like be like, oh, we're doing the same thing that someone else has done to us as well, to lower the value of their work for the sake of a discount, right? So we want to be fair, and yeah, we'd like to do a testimonial if needed, or whatever it is that you need. We're gonna be heading there in December. Again, we don't know yet if it's gonna happen in December. Hopefully it does, because we're gonna be there for a few days in San Francisco. It's a little far away from where you are.
I remember our conversation now. I didn't put two and two. I think we've been emailing.
I would like to see if there is something that can be done in terms of having a package deal. As my wife and I, we're both. It's always best when both, a couple seek healing together.
Absolutely, yeah. Please email me, and we can figure that out.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for letting us do some work with you. And I encourage everyone that's here to start clearing on your finances, because that's a big block to that being able to start moving forward in life.
True that.
Cool. Well, I appreciate all of you guys. I have your email addresses. I'm gonna try to do these. If I can't do them every week, I'll try to do them every other week, and we'll just keep everyone moving forward and step into the new year.
Phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Good time.
I send this Zoom inviting to many of my Latvian friends, but it was 2 o'clock in the night, so they didn't come.
Well,
No.
you can share the recording with them if you'd like when you get it.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good.
One more question. Would it be
Yeah.
useful at all to share the other Zoom meeting that I watched on my own, the one about unlocking your pineal gland, and having my wife go through it? If you're interested in that, would it be helpful for her? Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. It's not going to hurt her.
Phenomenal.
I agree.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Have a good night.
Good night.